A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events early Saturday morning, the Senate rushed through the final passage of a bipartisan plan designed to temporarily fund federal operations and provide much-needed disaster aid, successfully averting a government shutdown that loomed dangerously close to the Christmas holiday season. The bill, which saw overwhelming support in the House with a vote of 366 to 34, was passed by the Senate with a decisive 85-11 vote, just minutes after the midnight deadline. This legislative maneuver comes in the wake of President-elect Donald Trump's insistence that any agreement must include an increase in the debt ceiling, a demand that ultimately did not make it into the final package. House Speaker Mike Johnson, who has been under intense scrutiny from both his party and the incoming administration, emphasized the need for Congress to meet our obligations and prevent federal operations from shuttering. However, the day's outcome appeared uncertain as Trump reiterated his stance on social media, threatening that if his demands were not met, the closures should start now. Despite the pressure, Johnson managed to push through a significantly slimmed-down 118-page package that funds the government at current levels through March 14th, while also allocating $100 billion in disaster aid and $10 billion in agricultural assistance for farmers. The absence of Trump's debt ceiling demand was a notable shift, as GOP leaders indicated that this contentious issue would be revisited as part of their tax and border negotiations in the new year. The political landscape is shifting, with Republicans set to take full control of the White House, House, and Senate next year. Yet they find themselves increasingly reliant on Democratic votes to keep essential government functions operational. This dependency raises questions about the future of Johnson's leadership, especially in light of the backlash he faces from a faction of his party that is resistant to any increase in federal spending. The bill's passage has been met with mixed reactions, with some Democrats expressing skepticism over the process and accusing Trump and his billionaire ally Elon Musk of exerting undue influence over legislative decisions. Representative Rosa DeLauro, a leading Democrat on the Appropriations Committee, questioned who was truly in charge, hinting at Musk's involvement in the negotiations. In contrast, House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries lauded the outcome, stating that Democrats had successfully thwarted the efforts of extreme MAGA Republicans to shut down the government and jeopardize the economy. The Senate saw most of the opposition to the bill come from Republican members, with independent Senator Bernie Sanders voicing concerns over Musk's role, labeling it as oligarchy rather than democracy. Trump's involvement in the legislative process, despite not yet being sworn into office, underscores the complex dynamics at play as he navigates his return to power. His administration is already making bold promises to overhaul the federal budget and significantly reduce government employment, while also seeking to avoid contentious negotiations over the debt ceiling in the early days of his presidency. As the clock ticked down to the deadline, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell reminded his colleagues of the potential fallout from a government shutdown, urging them to consider the long-term implications of their actions. Johnson's leadership is now under the microscope, with some Trump allies even suggesting Musk as a potential candidate for the Speaker's position in the forthcoming Congress. The final bill, while a temporary fix, sets the stage for the upcoming legislative battles that will define the early days of Trump's administration and the Republican agenda moving forward. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.